We are back to the KDM studios. Yesterday we were at Abonte. We spoke to some lovely people at the market. Tina Fame, John, Sadia, Charlie. Massive shout out to you all and thank you for actually sharing your perspective on the issues we had on board. And today we jump straight to the trends. We're going to speak about a waste management company in Ghana called Zoomlion. Now it's making waves. It's trending. I'm wondering why is Zoomlion trending? Zoomlion has actually been in the system for quite a long time. I mean, yeah, when I was a kid though, Zoomlion was quite popular. So it's been run for, quite a long time. So I believe that their management and how they go about or their modus operandi is actually very solid. That's why it's been able to sustain the Ghanaian market for long, because you know that running a business in Ghana, Charlie, if you don't have a strong system, if you don't have a strong structure, your business won't survive the system. So I'm sure they are doing something positive there, but something just came up from their end, and I think it's something that's been happening. So it's like now that some of the workers actually come out to speak on some of the issues that they are not really pleased with. Now what's happening? These are mothers. I'm saying mothers because most of the people that were in the video were actually old citizens. Like mature citizens that were speaking about their plight. They were very much disturbed with the fact that they are not paid well. Not necessarily even about the payment. The payment isn't good. Okay, the payment isn't good, but that's not even where their problem is actually coming from. Their problem is it's been 9 months since they got paid, and because of this, it's been causing them a lot of stress and Charlie, a whole lot. And you know, if you are living in Ghana, you know how the system is, especially in this era where the economy has become really, really difficult. So a grown adult, okay, wakes up in the morning, early morning, because most of the jobs that they do in town, they sweep the streets early in the morning, right? So they wake up early in the morning and then leave their family and then they go to work. Now, for 30 days of working, okay, in a month, I don't know whether they work on weekends, I don't know how the arrangement is, but let's say they work in a month. So during these months, these mothers, these grown-up people are giving $15 a month. Okay, that's 25 to 250 Ghana cedis a month, a whole month. And as if that's not enough, on top of it, these people's Charlie, these people's salary, these are wonderful women, are wonderful mothers that are trying so hard to actually make sure that they put food on the table for their children. Their salaries are being withheld for close to 9 months. Hey, 9 months too, for close to 9 months, and they've not been paid. So upon several, maybe I'm sure they've spoken to their bosses for a while now, and still nothing has been nothing has been done about it. So they decided, okay, now they have to actually take it a step further. So they went to a radio station to actually announce their displeasure about how they are being treated. Okay, now the issue is some people are raising their, some people are saying that maybe the company is going through some hard times, so that's why they are not being paid. But the problem is some of these things, I think, is an issue of the communication, right? So if the company is actually going through hardship, there should be some level of the channel of communication, right? Communication is basically to make sure that there's a popular saying that the communication is the bridge between two minds, right? So if something is in your mind or something, there's a difficulty that somebody is going through, and that bridge is not used, that bridge is not constructed to actually communicate or transfer that kind of thing, that kind of stress that's going on in the other person's mind. The other person might think that everything is okay with you. So the person has the right to actually make a decision or do whatever they have to do, because they are not in your head. They don't know what's going on. So at least there's some level of respect. There's some level of humility that it requires. That the fact that somebody is your employee doesn't necessarily mean that the person doesn't deserve respect. Respect is, it's a double-edged sword, right? So I believe that if maybe the company were able to actually have a back-to-back communication about what is actually delaying their salary and why they have not been paid, I'm not sure they will even be in the radio station at this moment, because they will be giving updates on what's actually happening and how they are going to be paid in case their financial situation is met, right? So I believe that sometimes there should, in as much as people expect respect from others that are below them, they should also sort of, be the standard of what they expect the other people to do for them. Because we are all human beings. It doesn't matter the status that you find yourself in. How you want to be treated is definitely how the other person that you are seeing at the other end, no matter how low, no matter how high you feel you are, no matter how low they are supposed to be treated. So if these managements are probably giving these people feedback on, okay, this is what we are doing to actually, amass your salary or whatever, I'm not sure they will end up in the radio station. Their conscience will not even serve them right. But that's what somebody has raised. So let's say that I'm speaking for the company in that regard, because I don't want to be biased in this case, since they've not also come out to actually declare their stance, right? So with that one said, let's assume that it's not actually an issue of a company going through hardship. Somebody goes through a whole month, right, and you pay him 250 cedis, that's equivalent to $15, and you've withheld the money. Now that's pure wickedness. I don't know how else to put it, because these people, most of them are actually mothers, they are parents. Some of them might even be single mothers. How are they supposed to even survive themselves, to survive their family? Okay, let's say you are even paying them monthly, 250 cedis a month. Hey, Charlie, it's yours. 250, that's $15 a month. Now that's disrespectful. There are some salaries that when you are giving to someone, you're actually disrespecting them. Indirectly, that's what you are doing. You're actually telling the person that they have no value. Because how can you pay somebody 250 cedis? And meanwhile, these waste companies, they are the ones in charge of most of the government contracts. These governments are paying them huge sum of money to actually manage the waste system in the country. And even that one, we know they sit up. They take huge monies. And out of these huge monies, this is the amount they allocate to some of these people. So, you see, hey, Charlie, and it's alleged that the owner of the company is actually a church elder. For one popular denomination in Ghana, and he's very well known. I don't want to mention the name because let me just take it like it's alleged, right? And I personally, people are making an issue of the fact that he's a church elder, but I feel, I think we've come to a space in our life as Ghanaians that we have to accept that the church is a little bit biased when it comes to people that have money. Yes, because that's the gospel truth. The church itself is a little bit biased. If you have money, you have most churches, right? It doesn't matter whatever you are doing. So far as you are giving the biggest, you are actually satisfying the church coffers. You'll be given certain positions. So I don't think that's something that we can hold on to. I believe that by this time in our life as Ghanaians, we should realize that some of these religious bodies are also finding ways to actually make ends meet. So these positions, I believe, are just for decoration. Sometimes they are just for decoration. Most of them are not given based on any merit. It's just purely based on the fact that the person is well-to-do and they can actually help church projects and a whole lot. So for that one, I don't think it's a strong argument, personally, if you ask me. But yes, so this is a man that is well-known, and this is the amount that he's paying the workers. And this is the same, and I'm not sure he will be able to pay his kids this money. Even the youngest of his children, I'm not sure that he will even allow the child to work for somebody and take the salary. You see, that's the problem with us. You see, when you are working with me, I've lived in Ghana all my life. I work with a lot of people, short-term, long-term. And I've realized that, you see, most of the times, okay, Ghana here, you see, because there's a lot of unemployment issues here, now people are being held at places that they don't even want to be. Most people are in jobs in Ghana here, things that they are going through, they can't even talk about it. Because when you talk about it, they will blackmail you with the fact that there are no jobs. They will threaten you with something because they know that definitely there's not enough to go by. And these are the same things that our leaders, it sort of feeds them. Because, see, the African mindset is, let's create a system of poverty. Let's keep people poor. Let's keep people uncomfortable so that we can control them. The black man has I don't want to use this, but pardon me. But normally, the whole mindset is let's make people uncomfortable so that anytime you provide them level of comfort, we can use it to control them. Now, this is the tactic that they are being used, and this is why most of our country is not moving forward. No, because when you go up there, when our brothers leave this country and go to abroad, they experience a different set of working environment with employers that are very, very keen about, okay, the fact that, okay, you are working for me. So it's a win-win situation. I have a vision, I have a project, I have something on my heart that I want to achieve, but I'm only one person. I can't do this alone. So you come on board and help me achieve this. And in the process of you helping me, this is what I can provide for you to also make your life better. Now, it's a win-win because the moment I treat you good, this is how they think. Oh, the moment I make your living conditions better for you, now you are in the right mindset, you are in the right frame of mind to actually help my project, help my vision to develop. This is how they think. Oh. So they pay their people very well. They are making sure that you're at least, if nothing at all, the basic necessities of life, you have it. If nothing at all, kwata kwata. But in our side of the world, Charlie, it's all about help me make money. So people are being used as tools to satisfy people's ego and satisfy people's vision. No value. You see, no matter how people are very valuable, heavily talented, and they are stuck in jobs that they are being underpaid. Sometimes it's not because they are okay. There are situations whereby the employer can't actually pay them beyond what they are giving them. But there are situations whereby the person can actually pay them well. Okay, but they won't. Ask me why. The same thing, they feel like if you give the person some level of comfort, you will not be able to control them. I'm not sure this company will say that they can't pay these people more than even 1,000. They can. This company is a company that has affiliation with the government. They're actually taking government contract and it comes in big. I'm not going to sit here to teach somebody how to run their business. But actually, some of these things is very sad. And these things are happening to people in this country. Look, do you know the number of Ghanaians that are actually crying in their workplaces? But the thing is, there are no jobs and they can't leave. So they are being held hostages in these companies and these jobs. These are not the only people that are actually going through this. I can promise you. There's a lot of people in these spaces that they are not even able to. Because the moment you talk, they will threaten you when you lose your job. They will threaten you with something. So they are being binded in situations that they don't want to be in. You see, how this thing, when you talk about it, Charlie, they give you some kind of vibe. You understand? Yeah. But what I would say is we should be solution oriented. So what I will talk about is, I think we should all find ways, especially we the youth, we should find ways to actually make ourselves valuable. Find things to actually improve yourself, to make yourself heavy, to increase your value. Because these people, most of the time, they work based on you are not valuable. So you're an average person at the workplace. But if you are putting in effort, I know that the Ghana employers, they don't really, most of them don't even care about how much valuable you are. They will still use you to do whatever they want to do. But at least make yourself valuable to the extent that if one work is not working and you are able to actually exit, there will be other works that you'll be valuable in that they might get you better pay. Value is value. When you go somewhere and then there's a project to be done and then you can actually do it and then it's making a statement that you are very good with what you do. That's pure value. You'll be paid for it. People that actually, in as much as there are people that don't even give a hoot about how much valuable people are in a workspace, but equally there are employers that are actually very, 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 very good. They are looking out for people that are valuable that can actually help their vision. So if we are actually learning and then, adding so much value to ourselves to actually be good for the working environment, any working environment or any space we feel ourselves, that's why I'm a big fan of actually improving yourself and actually investing so much in yourself. Read. It's not every time that we can be on social media. Sometimes you have to put value in yourself because the system is not going to favor you. They will press you. It's an oppressive field. This place is an oppressive field. Charlie, you won't understand. It's very oppressive. You see, our mindset here, you can't survive if you don't find ways to be creative with your living. You will perish because The people in places are thinking, some of them, this is their mindset too. I've suffered, so you also have to suffer. Your suffering is nothing compared to mine. No. But that's not how these foreigners, they see things. They're always looking out for ways to make things easier for the generations behind them. But here, no. The person is thinking, I've suffered, so you have to go through the suffering I went through. Your own is living that. No, Charlie. But this is the system. You can't change it. There's a way you sometimes want life to be, and there's actually a way life is. But if you find your ways to actually use the way life is right now, even though you don't like it, and then you are very economic with it, maybe you can find a way to be creative with it and to turn it into something you actually like. Okay, so Charlie, let's try to be me. This story, I know a lot of people are going through it. They've just not come out to actually speak their minds. So I'm not surprised. There's a lot of people that are going to. Some are even taking less. But if you know your value and you know how valuable you are and you know how much you've put into yourself, I believe that some of these situations, no matter how hungry you are, you should be able to reject it. But these are our mothers, and we have to give them the respect, because maybe even though they are our mothers, there are certain things that maybe they are not really much aware of. That's why we are here to actually make things better. Charlie, we are here to actually correct the sins of our fathers. Now, these things are very sad. I mean, when you talk about it, cry, then you become some way. You understand? So, Charlie, that's what's happening with regards to the Zoomlion and the workers issue. And I don't know whether you've also experienced a similar thing in your workplace or anything like that. But personally, I've seen it so many times that this thing is even like it's one of those things. So, yes. So with that one said, I'll end today's edition of Trends on KDM here. The name remains Donald, not Trump. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.